Hello, back again to do another unboxing and review. This time it's of the VR 3D Gamepad and Remote Super Smartphone Game Companion. So, looking at the illustration there, you can see it's essentially a gamepad, Bluetooth, and it's supposed to work with a tablet, smartphone, as you see the little icons there. If you wrap around to the side here, it says it works with iOS, Android, and PC. So these are operating systems, and PC I assume means you can work on your computer. Okay, now here, okay, the specifications, which I'll go ahead and list up on the screen now. Alright, so it's made in China, and there's also a little note down here that says that when the unexpected result cannot be turned off, please take out the battery. Okay, so I guess by that there is no reset switch, but rather you just power cycle it by taking out the power supply. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pop this open here. Okay. Yeah, there's that, and okay, so here's the item, here's the instruction manual, user manual, okay, so alright, and also it comes in Chinese, as you may guess, but there's an English side here, and yeah. Just quick looking, there seems to be key mapping functions and okay, well, there's something to read. But let's get back to the unit here. So this comes in two color options. One of them is white and green, so this would be white, and then the keys and this wrap around here would be green. Of course, I went with the black and red, which actually now looks a little more orange. The picture online had it being like a deep red, but okay, I guess black and orange, or orange-ish, is still good. Okay, so what we have here on the back, you see yet again the name VR 3D, and the QR code is put there. Now this, this is a little over the top. Having it on your package, that's fine. Having it on the actual item, I don't know, that just seems like over the top. Anyway, moving on. So as these you may guess, this is made out of plastic. There doesn't appear, or no, I don't feel any metal anything, no metal bezels or anything like that, so we're just doing plastic. On the top you have an escape key, an M. Here is select and start, so that's very game controllerish. And then of course the XYAB in the diamond configuration. The buttons, yeah, what you'd expect. There isn't a lot of spring back, but there is enough that it gets the button back out after being pushed, so that's adequate. Now the D-pad is kind of this slider type deal, and let's see, can you do all directions, up, down, left, right, angled? Okay, it does angle, and you can roll it in a full circle, so that's good. I was worried it would be locked to just certain, but yeah, so evidently you have full motion there, at least, and on the back, on the edges. Any buttons on the edges? There is this button here, and it has a little icon of what looks to be like a computer mouse, so I'll have to read up what that does. And then over here you have a slider switch that goes between key and game. So, alright. Now, as far as the power, let's see if I can open it up here. Okay, right here there's a little groove where you can put your fingernail in, so I'm assuming just pry this back here. Does it slide? Okay, it looks like it's one of those you just peel it. There's a whole bunch of clasps. Run your finger along the edge to separate them all. Yeah, this could have been a lot better implemented with being a battery door where you push in and slide it off, but that's not the case. And as you can see here, it has those little tabs that you heard cracking or separating as I put my fingernail in there. And then there's your battery compartment. Okay, so let me power it up and see what it can do. Alright, so I thought I'd go through and explain what some of these buttons do, and that depends on two things. First, what mode you have it in, whether it's in game or key, and this you hold it like this if you're in the game mode, and you hold it like this if you are in key, which seems to be kind of like the remote control mode. Now, and also it depends on whether you're using iOS or Android. Some of these functions changed based on what operating system you're using. Okay, so we're going to start with the key mode, or remote mode, whatever you want to call it, and here we go. So this is fast forward, this is rewind, this is previous, this is next, here is escape, this is mouse mode. Down here on the bottom we have menu. Now this one depends on what OS you're using. If you're using iOS, this will be your mute, and if you're not and you're using Android, that is your shutter for selfies and stuff. Okay, then this is volume down, this volume up, and right up here you have play and pause. Okay, now switching to the game controller, key A is confirmation, so that would be like select, and B is return or back. And then there are some, it looks like here, if there are some advanced functions, so select an A, so we're select here, select an A, that would be equal to L1, select an X is your L2, select B, that's R1, and select an Y is your R2. Then start plus joystick, O is right joystick. Okay, so if you hold down the start button and use this, that's like you're using the right joystick, like in a one that has two, like a PlayStation or whatnot. Alright, so what I've done here is I gone ahead and downloaded an app from the Play Store called Gamepad Tester, and went ahead and I already did the pairing with my phone. So these two are connected now, and as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and push through the keys on the gamepad, and the corresponding button there on the picture of the controller will light up green. So here we go. We'll start with up, down, left, right, up, down. Yep. Then the buttons, the primary four. Select and start. That did let, I'll hold it so you can see it there, and then the other one. Okay. And then now for the shoulder buttons, again you have to hold down the select and hit the primary four, since there aren't actually shoulder buttons on the actual gamepad. So, yep, it's working. So this is the site you'll come to if you scan the QR code, and it looks like essentially a little store, although I don't know if you have to actually pay, so it might be free. But anyway, there are a whole bunch of apps here, and they seem to be spread out between games and camera apps and other things that work well with your new controller here. And there seems to be two main ones up there. Now, but while we're here, I thought this would be a good time to demonstrate the mouse function. So switch your controller over to key mode and hit the M, and pow, look at that, a cursor comes up. Now I should note, according to the instructions, this is exclusively for the Android, this mouse function. So anyway, once you have that, you can then navigate the mouse using this, and look at that, it actually works. Okay, and to actually select things, you go over what you want to select. I'm getting used to it, there you go. And then you hit the select button, and there you go. So, yeah, mouse function works. Cool. Alright, this game is called BombSquad, and I picked it for two reasons. For the demonstration purposes. The first reason is because it supports a controller, but the second is because of the way the characters move. I think it's a good way of demonstrating what the controller can do. So here we go. Gonna jump on in. So I'm the little blue guy in the middle, and I'm just gonna start rolling the D-pad in the circle. You can see. Yep, go the other direction. Alright, now an enemy should be coming here soon, this ninja. And I'm going to see if I can just evade him by my sharp turns. and fleet of foot techniques here. Okay, he ran into a wall. Hilarious. Okay, so anyway, so you can see that the controller is not letting me down. In fact, it's letting me to pull off some slick moves. Throw some mines out here. Alright, so you can see it works, right? Okay. Alright, so I just loaded up BattleGun VR, and I'm going to use this game to go ahead and demonstrate that the controller does work within a VR application. So, of course, you would put the phone in your headset at this point after I go ahead and select a few things. However, for this demo, I'm just going to have it here. So you're going to see the two screens side by side. But of course, that wouldn't be a problem if you had your headset on. So now this particular game actually has 4 ways to control it. Of course, the best way is what we're going to be doing, which is using, well, you would put it in your headset. So the headset plus the Bluetooth controller. So I selected that there. There are other ways to play this game, which is cool that they gave you other options. But we're going to go with the best one. I'll select blue for my color, and that will keep that map there. And go ahead and start. So you can see right now I'm able to walk around here, and this is important because in a lot of VR games you're not actually able to walk around. It kind of has this, you teleport from place to place, if it even allows you to do that. But here you see I can walk around. And of course, as far as looking, that would be done by moving your head, and of course thereby the phone. But you can see I'm moving all over here. And not only does that work, but let me just point this down here, but you also have the buttons work as well. So here is shooting. Okay, I'm getting attacked by somebody right now, that's why the thing buzzed. But anyway, let's see. So yeah, that works, and also the jump feature. So, okay, so you will use your head to look, so that would be like your that would be the equivalent of using your mouse if you're on the computer, or your right thumbstick if you're using a game controller. And so that's what your head will take place of. And then of course what would be WASD or your D-pad and all those other buttons is handled by the game controller. So yeah, there you go. Alright, so a quick note regarding this controller and VR apps and games. Now, if you're trying to play a game like the one you just saw that's VR and supports controller, then you should be good. However, if you're trying to use one of the Google Cardboard apps, so like a game that's meant for Google Cardboard, then this doesn't fare very well, at least the one I tried. I tried with my headset, the Dream Vision from Zoomy, and I tried to run the set up your Google Cardboard. It's kind of like the tutorial, and I guess it walks you through. And I couldn't get it to work because I tried looking at something that says, no, click the action button or whatever they call it, and I was pushing every button on here and it didn't work. So yeah, just make sure you know that. I didn't have any luck trying to do Google Cardboard things with this. Maybe you might find one that does or whatever. But as far as I can tell, this should be used for Bluetooth controller enabled VR games / app. Okay. Alright, so in conclusion, would I recommend this? Yes, I would. This thing so far has been all pluses, and I'll break it down here. First of all, let's talk about the cost. Very affordable. Initially that had me worried because I thought it'd be a cheap and fall apart, but no, it hasn't. I haven't put in months of play on it. I just spent a couple days, but so far I haven't experienced any malfunctions. So that's a plus. Second, the size. It is very pocket friendly, and if you notice, I was talking earlier about how this is it's so flush to the surface, and it's a slide. Actually, that works out really well because if you look at the side profile of this, it's very sleek, so it just slips into a pocket really nicely. So, and also this rounded shape, I'm sure adds to the durability. There's no corners to snap off or anything like that. So that's also good. Alright, as we've seen, it's functioned with regular mobile games, and also it works in VR, again, at least for those that support Bluetooth controller. So yep, and this is all counting into the fact that I haven't even really went to the store that comes up when you scan that. I looked through it, but I haven't even looked at any of those apps. So if those work, that's only bonus, right? The one I did try was one of the top 2 in that page. That one was all in Chinese, so I just kind of uninstalled that since I don't read Chinese yet. But again, you don't need any of the apps that come up from this to make this work. Go to the Google Play Store, find a game, says Bluetooth controller. Yeah, there you go. You're good to go. So yeah, and also the other functions of this, the mobile button, shutter button. If you're putting your phone on a rock and taking a picture at your campsite or whatever, that's handy. The volume up, volume down, select the different tracks. All that, again, to me is just a bonus because I bought this solely for the game controller. So all those other functions are just icing on the cake. And I also like that mouse feature. Oh, one thing is when you hit the mouse button, well, say I was using this right now, you hit the mouse button, this little LED comes up here, so it's easy to know that you're in mouse function. So, and so far it's all been good, and I recommend it. Get maybe 1 or 2, and this is a good one.